Hello, my best students. This is not just another video about time management. It's not a list of boring productivity hacks you've heard 1,000 times. This video is a mirror that will show you the real reason your life feels stuck, why your days slip through your fingers, and why no matter how hard you try, you always feel like you're running but never moving forward. Think about it. Every single day, life gives you $86,400. Yet most people waste them without even realizing it. They open their phone for just 5 minutes and lose an hour. They start a task, then get pulled away by notifications, scrolling, distractions. By the time the day is over, they feel exhausted but guilty, busy but empty. You are not lazy. You are not a failure. You've simply never been taught how to control your time the right way. School didn't teach you. Society didn't warn you. And now, life is punishing you. But that ends here. In this video, I will give you 12 brutally honest, powerful, and life-changing time management truths. Not surface-level tricks like wake up earlier or use a planner. No, we're going deep into your mindset, your habits, and your systems. Because when you fix your time, you fix your life. And here's the bonus. While you learn how to master your time, you'll also master your English. Every second of this video is written in clear, simple, powerful English. So as you improve your focus, you also improve your fluency. Stay with me until the end. Every truth I share could be the one that saves you years of wasted life. Because time is not just a tool. Time is your life. And once it's gone, it never comes back. So take a deep breath, clear your distractions, and let's begin this transformation together. Tip 1. You don't manage time. You manage attention. Most people think they have a time problem, but what they really have is an attention problem. You say you don't have time to finish that course. You say you don't have time to start the gym. You say you don't have time to learn English, but here's the truth. You had time, you just didn't protect it. You gave it away to reels, to YouTube shorts, to distractions, to other people's priorities. Time is always there. You don't lose time, you lose focus. You can't control how much time you have, but you can control where your attention goes. And where your attention goes, that's where your life goes. Imagine you're a company. You have a budget of $440 every day. That's your attention budget, 1,340 minutes. Now, let's say you give $200 to Instagram, $300 to mindless YouTube videos, $150 to checking your phone every few minutes, $200 to worrying about things that don't even matter, $100 to talking about people who don't care about you, and now you're left with nothing for your goals. Your brain is broke, not because you don't have enough time, but because you wasted your attention like bad money. If a business spent money this way, it would collapse. But this is what most people do with their time every day. Realization moment. If you can manage your attention, you can win your day. If you can protect your focus, you can transform your life. No matter how busy you are. Forget time management apps. Forget expensive planners. Your success begins the moment you decide what deserves your attention and what doesn't. How to apply this tip? Step 1. Track where your attention is going. For one day, write down how you spend each hour. Don't lie. Be brutally honest. Step 2. Identify the leaks. Where are you giving your attention to things that give you nothing back? Step 3. Create focus hours. These are hours where your phone is off, your room is quiet, and your brain belongs only to your most important task. Step 4. Protect your energy. If your mind is tired, it will chase distraction. So sleep well, eat right, breathe. People who win in life don't have more time than you. They just give their attention to the right things again and again and again. They say no to 99 things so they can say yes to the one that truly matters, because attention is not just how you use your day. Attention is how you build your destiny. Tip 2. Clarity is your superpower. Let's be honest. Most people are not lazy. They're not broken. They're not unmotivated. They're just unclear. They wake up with confused goals, vague priorities, and a mind filled with 100 half-baked ideas. So what happens? They check their phone. They open Instagram. They scroll. They snack. They bounce from task to task, never finishing anything. Then the day ends and guilt begins. Confusion is the enemy of execution. Clarity is the beginning of power. You can't manage your time if you don't know what it's for. Imagine walking into a grocery store. You don't bring a list. You don't know what you need. You don't know your budget. You don't even know what you're cooking for dinner tonight. You just start walking. You grab chips. You grab juice. You forget the essentials. You spend 45 minutes walking through every aisle. And when you reach home, you realize you forgot the one thing you actually needed: rice. That's how most people live their lives. They don't have a clarity list for their day. They don't know what success looks like, so they waste hours reacting to life instead of leading it. Without clarity, your brain panics. It chases comfort. It looks for shortcuts. It avoids the hard things. It hides behind fake productivity, answering emails, watching tutorials, organizing files while ignoring what really matters. Clarity isn't just knowing what to do. It's knowing what not to do, what to do first, why it matters, and when to walk away. How to apply this tip? Start with the end. Every morning, ask yourself, what does success look like today? Not vague goals like work on project. That's not clarity. Say, write 2 slides for the presentation, or finish 30 minutes of English listening. Clear target, clear outcome, clear victory. Use the one-sentence rule. If you can't explain what you're trying to do in one sentence, you're not clear enough. Example, I want to work on my career. Too vague. I will update my resume and apply to 2 jobs today. That's clarity. Choose 3 core tasks, not 20. Don't let your to-do list become a graveyard of fake productivity. Pick 3 high-impact tasks, things that actually move your life forward. If everything feels important, then nothing really is. Set a daily North Star, one sentence that defines your mission today. Write it on a sticky note, on your phone wallpaper, in your planner. Today, I learn. Today, I build. Today, I move forward. Read it when your brain starts to wander. Don't start the day until you finish this step. Never jump into action until you have mental clarity. This 5-minute check-in will save you 5 hours of chaos. You wouldn't build a house without a blueprint. You wouldn't start a journey without a map. So why would you start your day without clarity? A house without a blueprint becomes a disaster. A journey without a map becomes a loop. And a day without clarity becomes a waste of life. Clarity is power. Clarity is speed. Clarity is freedom. When your mind is clear, your actions become sharp. You stop wasting energy. You stop second-guessing. You stop starting things you never finish. You become a leader of your time, not a slave to distraction. If your life feels heavy, slow, or confusing, don't blame your discipline. Fix your clarity because the more clear you are, the more unstoppable you become. Tip 3. Break big work into small, clear steps. Let me start with this powerful truth. People don't procrastinate because they're lazy. They procrastinate because the task feels like a mountain, and they don't know where to begin. That's why we freeze. That's why we scroll. That's why we say, "I'll do it later." Not because we don't care, but because we're standing in front of something huge, blurry, and intimidating, and the brain hates what it doesn't understand. You're told to build a car. Just that. No instructions, no steps, no manual. What happens? You panic. You doubt yourself. You don't even start because the outcome feels too big, too unclear, too far away. Now imagine the same task, but this time someone breaks it down for you like this. Step 1, place the wheels. Step 2, attach the base. Step 3, fit the engine. Step 4, connect the wiring. Step 5, install the doors. Step 6, paint the body. Now what felt impossible suddenly feels doable. This is the power of breaking big things into small steps. Let's take a real goal, something people say all the time. I need to learn English. Sounds simple, right? But this one sentence is actually a giant, undefined mountain. So what happens? You feel lost. You jump from app to app. You watch a few videos. You download a few PDFs. You take no real action because you never broke the mountain into steps. Now, let's break that goal into real steps. Step 1, learn 5 new words today. Step 2, use them in 5 sentences. Step 3, speak those sentences out loud. Step 4, listen to 1 English story. Step 5, write 1 paragraph using what you learned. Step 6, repeat tomorrow with 5 new words. Suddenly, the impossible task, learn English, becomes a clear daily path, and the brain loves clarity. Clarity creates motion. Motion creates results, and results create motivation. So many people say, "One day I'll write a book," but they never do. Not because they can't, but because they never break it down. What does write a book even mean? They don't define how many pages, how many chapters, what's the title, what's the structure, how many words per day, what's the deadline. So it sits in their mind like a dream, big, heavy, distant. And dreams that are never broken into steps stay dreams forever. How to apply this tip? Pick one big task. It could be anything. Study for a test, start a business, build a YouTube channel, learn a language, lose weight, clean your house. Write the final outcome clearly. Ask yourself, what does done look like? Be specific, not get fit. Say, lose 5 kilograms in 60 days, not make videos. Say, upload 4 videos in the next 30 days. Break it down like a recipe. Turn the final result into small pieces, like puzzle parts. Let's say your goal is make a YouTube channel. Break it like this. Create channel name, design profile and banner, write channel description, choose video topics, script first video, record, edit, upload, share on social media. Now you have a checklist, not a monster. Assign deadlines. Don't just say, "I'll do it." Say, "I will finish steps 1 to 3 today, 4 to 6 tomorrow." Small deadlines defeat big doubts. Track progress visually. Put a next to each step as you finish it. This gives your brain a dopamine hit, a reward. And the more you finish, the more motivated you feel. Start small is not weakness. It's how every empire is built. Apple didn't begin with the iPhone. Amazon didn't begin with billions. Everything big starts small, but it starts with a step. So if your task feels overwhelming, the problem isn't you. The problem is the way the task is shaped in your mind. Break it, Slice it, simplify it. Then take the first step. Because no matter how big the mountain is, you only climb it one step at a time. Tip 4. Keep reminding yourself what matters now. Let's begin with a simple truth. The brain is not a storage device. It's a survival machine. It doesn't hold your dreams. It doesn't track your goals. It doesn't remember your priorities. It remembers your fears, your cravings, your regrets, your dopamine triggers, and your distractions. So even if you set your goals in the morning, by 11 a.m., your brain has already forgotten them. This is why most people waste their day. Not because they don't care, but because they don't remind themselves of what matters right now. Let's say you're walking through a massive airport. You're at gate A2, but your flight leaves from gate E44. Now, imagine you forget your gate number. You start walking. You check your phone. You take a wrong turn. You grab coffee. You enter the wrong terminal. And before you know it, you missed your flight. Why? Because you didn't remind yourself where you were going. That's exactly how life works. If you don't remind yourself what matters every few hours, you'll get distracted by fake urgency, emails, gossip, reels, notifications, and you'll miss your real goals. The harsh reality. You don't need more goals. You need more reminders of the ones you already have. A goal written on January 1st is worthless if it's not remembered every single day. You don't lose your dream in one moment. You lose it in 1,000 small moments of distraction. How to apply this tip? Write your North Star every morning. Ask, what is the most important thing I need to focus on today? Write it down. Not in your head, not in a thought. On paper, on screen, somewhere visible. Set 3 daily checkpoints. Example, 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. At each time, ask yourself, am I doing what matters right now? If not, pause and redirect. Create a lock screen reminder. Make your phone wallpaper say, what matters now? It sounds small, but seeing this 50 times a day will reprogram your mind. Use voice alarms. Record your own voice. Hey, don't waste this hour. You said it matters. Set it as a reminder every 3 to 4 hours. Let your past self save your future self. Don't trust memory, trust systems. Your brain forgets, your system remembers. Build reminders outside your head on paper, on screens, in alarms, in your environment. Success is not about remembering once, it's about remembering again and again and again. People don't fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because they forget what to do at the right moment. So don't just set a goal and walk away. Remind yourself, train your brain to refocus because distraction is not an accident. It's a default, and focus is not natural. It's a decision you repeat. Tip 5. Use your most active hours for high-value work. This tip is not about planning, it's not about priorities, it's about energy, because time alone means nothing if your energy is dead. Most people are trying to do deep work when their brain is tired. They waste their sharpest hours on low-impact things and then try to do their most important work when they're already exhausted. This is one of the biggest mistakes in modern productivity. Imagine this scenario. You have a phone. At 9 a.m., it's 100% charged. By 3 p.m., it's down to 20%. Would you rather watch Netflix at 100% and try to work at 20% or reverse it? This is your brain. When you wake up, your mental battery is full, but most people waste that high-energy window checking news, replying to messages, scrolling social media, watching just one video, and then by the time they sit to work, their brain is slow, tired, distracted, and stressed. They gave their best energy to meaningless things and left the important things starving. It's not just about how many hours you work, it's about when you work. Work with your brain, not against it. Every person has a natural rhythm. Some people are sharpest in the morning, some in the evening, but every brain has a peak zone. That zone is sacred. It's your most powerful weapon. You must protect it. How to apply this tip? Track your brain's rhythm for 3 days. Note down when you feel most alert, most tired, most creative, most focused. You'll discover your natural focus window. Schedule your deep work in peak hours. This is the time to study, write, build, think, speak in English, record your content. Do not use this time to clean emails, do admin tasks, or scroll. Create a no distraction zone during that time. Turn off notifications, block websites, put your phone in another room. Let people know you're unavailable. Treat this window like an important meeting with your future self. Stack wins early in the day. If possible, start your day with one deep win. Example: write 500 words, finish your English listening exercise, solve the hardest task. This gives your mind momentum and makes you unstoppable. Save low-energy tasks for low-energy hours. Things like email, scheduling, text replies, cleaning. Push them to later when your brain is naturally slower. You don't have to work harder. You just have to work smarter with your energy. Don't give your leftovers to your dreams. Don't build your future with the worst hours of your day. Protect your peak zone. Honor your energy. Because when your energy is aligned with your effort, you don't just manage time, you dominate it. Tip 6, the 2-minute rule. Start before your brain tries to stop you. Let me give you one of the greatest secrets of time management. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it right now. But even more powerful, if a task feels too big, start it for just 2 minutes. Because here's the truth. Your brain hates effort. It doesn't want hard work. It wants comfort, routine, safety. So the moment you think, I'll do it later, that's not laziness. That's your brain trying to protect you from discomfort. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. You walk past your bed, it's messy. Your brain says, ugh, I'll do it later. But in reality, it takes less than 2 minutes to fix it. Same with putting your glass in the sink, replying to a short email, texting back yes or no, throwing something in the trash, putting your shoes back in the rack. Yet you avoid it. You scroll instead. You say, I'll do it after lunch. But here's what happens. Small delays become mental weight, and that weight starts to crush your energy. Every 2-minute task you avoid becomes one more reason you feel tired, stuck, and unmotivated, because your brain is carrying unfinished loops. Now imagine you finish those 2-minute tasks immediately. The clutter disappears, the noise reduces, the guilt fades, and your mind becomes light. Let's go deeper. Let's say you have a big task like writing a report, making a presentation, studying, recording your voice, or learning English. It feels huge. You delay, you scroll, you say, I don't feel like it. But here's the secret. Tell yourself, I'll just do it for 2 minutes. Just open the file, just write one sentence, just listen to 1 minute of English. And what happens? You begin. And once you begin, something magical happens. Momentum replaces motivation. You don't stop after 2 minutes. You do 10, then 20, and you're inside the zone. Because action fuels energy, and starting is the only way to beat resistance. How to apply this tip? Any task under 2 minutes, do it instantly. No delay, no hesitation, no overthinking. If it takes less than 120 seconds, get up and finish it now. Use the just 2 minutes mind trick. For big tasks, say, I'm not doing the whole thing, just the first 2 minutes. You're not lying. You're just giving your brain an on-ramp. Celebrate the start, not just the finish. Don't wait to feel proud after you finish everything. Feel proud the moment you start, because starting is the hardest part. Use a timer. Don't think. Just set it. Use your phone or watch. Set 2 minutes. Once the timer starts, begin immediately. No prep, no warm-up, just go. Every life change begins with 2 minutes of courage. People wait for motivation. They wait for the right mood, the perfect plan, the perfect moment. But nothing beats this. Start right now. Even if it's small, even if it's messy, even if it's short. Because once you begin, you become unstoppable. Tip 7. Win the week, not just the day. Everyone tells you, win the day. Take one day at a time. And yes, it sounds good. But here's the brutal truth. One great day won't change your life. A great week, repeated consistently, will. Because real progress is not about what you do once. It's about what you repeat. Let's say Netflix has a great Monday. Millions of users log in. Everything works. No bugs, no crashes, perfect customer support. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, disaster. The app crashes. Users cancel. Everything breaks. Will Netflix be called successful? Of course not. Because one good day doesn't matter if the system breaks the rest of the week. This is exactly how most people live. They have one productive day where they eat clean, work hard, focus well, and feel amazing. Then for the next 6 days, they go back to distractions, excuses, chaos. And at the end of the week, nothing has changed. You don't need a perfect day. You need a repeatable system for your week. That's where your power is. That's where your identity is built. That's where your life transforms. Because the world doesn't reward what you do once. It rewards what you do every week without fail. How to apply this tip? Build a weekly focused template. Choose 3 priorities for your entire week. Example, learn 50 English words. Upload 2 YouTube shorts. Exercise 3 times. Write them down. Make them visible. Make them sacred. Set weekly non-negotiables. These are habits that must happen no matter what. Examples, 3 English listening sessions, 1 content creation session, 1 weekly review every Sunday night. Treat them like doctor appointments, not optional. Track weekly wins, not daily perfection. Stop asking, did I have a perfect day? Ask, did I move forward this week? If you made 5% progress, that's a win. If you failed 2 days but succeeded 5, that's success. Use Sunday to plan, reflect, and reset. Ask yourself every week, what worked? What didn't? What will I repeat next week? This weekly habit alone can separate you from 95% of people. Time doesn't care what you do today. It cares what you repeat every week. You don't build a body in one workout. You don't build fluency in one lesson. You don't build success in one hustle day. You build it by stacking powerful weeks over and over, silently, relentlessly. So stop chasing perfect days and start building unbreakable weeks. That's how you win your life. Tip 8, time blocking. Give every hour a job. Here's one of the most brutal truths of time. If you don't give your hour a job, distraction will, and distraction is never unemployed. Most people walk into their day with hope, not a plan. They say, I'll try to work. Maybe I'll read later. Let's see what happens. If I have time, I'll study. But here's what really happens. The day disappears. The energy disappears. The clarity disappears. Why? Because they never gave their hours a purpose. Their day became a house with no walls, no rooms, no structure, just chaos. Imagine walking into a company where no one knows their role, no meeting is scheduled, no team has a clear goal. Everyone just does whatever feels right at the moment. That company will collapse in a month. Now here's the hard truth. That's how most people run their lives. They wake up, open their phone, drink coffee, respond to messages, and jump from one thing to the next like a ping pong ball. But successful people don't live this way. They live on purpose. They give every hour a job. The magic of time blocking. Time blocking means you don't hope to get something done. You don't rely on motivation. You don't leave your success to chance. You assign a clear job to every hour of your day, just like a manager assigns tasks to employees. Because that's what your hours are, employees of your dream. Treat them with clarity or they'll waste your paycheck of time. How to apply this tip? Break your day into time blocks. Example for a normal weekday. Time job, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., morning routine and clarity check. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., deep work, writing, learning, creating. 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., break, walk, refresh. 10:30 to 12 p.m., focus task number 2. 12 to 1 p.m., lunch plus no screen time. 1 to 3 p.m., low energy tasks, emails, editing. 3 to 4 p.m., study, English practice. 4 to 6 p.m., meetings or admin. 6 to 8 p.m., relax plus light reading. 8 to 9 p.m., reflection plus plan next day. Of course, adjust to your life, but even 3 to 4 blocks can change everything. Protect your deep work blocks like gold. This is the time for learning new skills, working on your dream, building content or your career. No phone, no notifications, no interruptions. This is your sacred zone. Create buffer blocks, space for chaos. Life isn't perfect. People will call. Unexpected tasks will show up. So add 1 to 2 flexible blocks daily for surprises. This way, chaos doesn't destroy your whole day. Use alarms or calendar reminders. Train your mind to switch tasks with structure. When the time ends, stop and move. This builds discipline and momentum. End the day with a shutdown block. Don't carry your day into your night. Use the final 30 minutes of your day to review what you finished. Check what needs to be moved. Plan the top 3 jobs for tomorrow. Close the laptop. Calm the brain. Rest. Time blocking isn't control. It's freedom. You're not boxing your life. You're protecting it. Without a time plan, every hour becomes a target for destruction. With time blocking, every hour becomes an ally in your success. You don't need more hours. You need more control of the ones you already have. Tip 9. Set a distraction time, not 0 distractions. Let's be real. Nobody can work 10 hours straight with 0 distractions. Your brain needs breaks. You will scroll. You will check messages. You will want to be entertained, and that's okay if it's planned. The real problem? Most people try to avoid distractions by pure willpower. They say, I won't touch my phone. I'll stay focused all day. No YouTube today. But then what happens? 3 hours later, they're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, they're binge watching, snacking, spiraling, and then comes the guilt. I'm weak. I'm lazy. I have no control. The psychology behind it. Your brain isn't weak. It's just rebelling against 0 reward. When you tell your brain no distraction forever, it feels punished. It becomes tense. It starts hunting for pleasure. So instead of waiting for you to give permission, it takes it, usually at the worst time. But there's a smarter way. Set a distraction block, a planned window of freedom. What if you said, for the next 2 hours, I'll work like a machine. Then at 4 p.m., I'll scroll guilt-free for 20 minutes. Now your brain relaxes. It obeys. It stays focused because it knows a reward is coming. You've turned distraction from an enemy into a controlled tool. Think of a dog. If you never take it for a walk, it'll break things, bark nonstop, get restless. It'll chew your shoes just to release energy. But if you say, we'll walk every day at 5 kg, the dog becomes calm. It trusts the routine. That's your brain. It doesn't want freedom 24/7. It wants predictable breaks so it can work harder between them. How to apply this tip? Choose your distraction time block. Pick 1 to 2 time slots in the day, 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m., after 7 p.m. only. This is your scroll time, Reels time, TV time, whatever your brain wants. Announce it to yourself clearly. Say, this is my free time. I earned it. Why? Because the brain listens to rituals. It feels rewarded. Do not disrespect the time block. When the time ends, return to focus. Use an alarm or timer. Teach your brain pleasure is allowed, but it's not in control. If you break the rule, don't punish yourself. Reset. This system is not about perfection. It's about design. Distraction isn't the enemy. Unplanned distraction is. You don't need to quit distraction. You need to control it before it controls you. When you set a distraction time, you work better. You rest guilt-free. You feel balanced, and you build a sustainable focus system. This is how you manage your time for the long game. Tip 10, the 80-20 rule. Focus on the few things that truly matter. Here's a secret that changed the lives of millionaires, leaders, artists, and creators. Not everything you do matters. Only a few things truly create results. This is called the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. And here's what it says. 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. 80% of your happiness comes from 20% of your activities. 80% of your success comes from 20% of your habits. The rest, distraction, noise, fake productivity, busy work, time fillers, mental clutter. Let's say you run a business that sells 10 different products, but after analyzing your data, you find 2 products bring in 80% of your revenue. The other 8 barely do anything. What do smart entrepreneurs do? They stop wasting time promoting all 10. They double down on the 2 that actually bring results. This is what you must do with your life. Brutal truth. Most people are busy, not effective. They do 100 small things that look impressive but don't move them forward. They make to-do lists with 17 tasks, clean their email inbox for an hour, watch productivity videos for hours, attend every meeting, check every message, help everyone except themselves. At the end of the day, they feel tired but not transformed because they spent their energy on the 80% that doesn't matter. How to apply this tip? Ask this powerful question. What are my top 20% activities that bring 80% of the result? Be honest. If you're trying to grow on YouTube, maybe 20% of your videos bring 80% of your views. If you're learning English, maybe 20% of your learning, like listening and speaking practice, brings most of your fluency, not downloading more vocabulary lists. If you want to grow financially, maybe 20% of your skills bring most of your income. Eliminate the time wasters. Make a stop doing list. This includes replying to non-urgent messages immediately, checking notifications every 10 minutes, reading news that doesn't affect your goals, saying yes to things that drain your energy, doing low-impact work during high-energy hours. Delete what doesn't matter, not just digitally, but mentally. Double down on the winners. Once you find your 20%, spend more time there. Make it a system, track it, scale it. Example, if you notice 1 hour of English listening gives you massive results, schedule it daily during your peak energy. If 20% of your clients bring 80% of income, give them more value. If one type of content brings 80% of views, optimize around it. Review weekly. What created the most progress? Every Sunday, ask, where did most of my growth come from this week? Write it down. Repeat it. Ignore the rest. You don't need more time. You need more clarity on what matters. You don't win life by doing everything. You win by identifying the few things that matter and doing them consistently, powerfully, and without distraction. This is the mindset of high performers, and once you adopt it, your time will never be wasted again. Tip 11. Measure your time like you measure money. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you tracked your time the way you track your money? You know how much money is in your wallet. You check your bank balance. You count change. You protect your savings. You even know how much you spent on lunch last week. But your time, you don't know where it went. You say, the day flew by. I don't know what I did. I was busy, but got nothing done. This is the tragedy. You protect your money like gold, but you waste your time like it's free. But here's the truth. Time is more valuable than money. You can lose money and make it again. But once an hour is gone, it's gone forever. Imagine you get $86,400 in your bank account every single day. But at the end of each day, the entire amount disappears. You must use it today or it's gone forever. Would you waste it? No, you'd plan, you'd prioritize, you'd spend it wisely, you'd track every dollar. Well, guess what? That's exactly what time is. You get 80, 60, 400 seconds every single day. Use them or lose them forever. The mental shift you need. Stop thinking time is unlimited. Start treating it like your most precious currency. You're not spending your day. You are investing it. And like any investment, if you don't track it, you'll lose it. How to apply this tip? Do a time audit for 2 days. Take a notebook or use an app. Track every 30 minutes of your day for 48 hours. Examples, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. scrolled Instagram, 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. answered emails, 10:15 to 11:30 a.m. studied English, 11:30 to 12 p.m. YouTube rabbit hole. Now step back and look at it honestly. Where is your time leaking? Where is your energy going? This audit will change your life. Rate each activity by ROI, return on investment. Was this task high ROI? Improved your skills? Moved your goal forward? Medium ROI, necessary but neutral. Low ROI, distraction, mental junk food. This teaches your brain to see time as value, not just minutes. Create a time budget like a money budget. Allocate hours like you allocate money. Example, 10 hours per week for English learning, 6 hours per week for health, 3 hours per week for deep reading, 7 hours per week for creative work, 5 hours per week for family and fun, 2 hours per week for distraction. Now you have a structure, not a mess. Review weekly time statements just like bank statements. Review. Where did your time go? What gave the highest return? What needs to be cut? This small habit is the difference between drifting and dominating. Treat time like money and your future will become rich. Don't say, I don't have time. Say, I didn't manage my time well, but I will now. Every minute you waste is not just lost, it's stolen from the future version of you. So protect your hours like you protect your dreams because they're made of the same thing. Tip 12. Design your environment, not just your calendar. Let me tell you something painful. It's not always your fault. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not useless. Sometimes your environment is the problem. You planned everything. You made a to-do list. You watched this video. You were ready. But the moment you sat down to work, your phone buzzed. Notifications popped up. Your room was noisy. Your workspace was messy. Your chair was uncomfortable. Your tabs were open. The people around you started talking. Or worse, your mind remembered 10 other things. And before you knew it, your focus was gone. Your mood dropped. Your goals disappeared. Not because of you, but because of what was around you. Imagine trying to meditate inside a nightclub. Loud music, flashing lights, people dancing, drinks spilling. Now imagine trying to study at a concert. Imagine trying to write a book in a crowded market. It doesn't matter how motivated you are, your environment will destroy your focus. Now flip that. Imagine trying to work in a clean, quiet, beautiful room. No notifications, a cup of tea, a clean desk, a clear screen. You feel calm. You feel ready. You don't have to force motivation. It flows. That's the power of designing your environment. The deep truth. Your brain is constantly reacting to signals, and your environment is full of invisible instructions. A TV in front of you says, sit, watch. Your phone says, scroll, react, respond. A messy desk says, you're behind, you're overwhelmed. Open tabs say, you have too many things to do. Your bed says, let's rest just for 5 minutes. Your chair says, you're uncomfortable. Let's get up. Every object is speaking to you. And if you don't control your environment, it will control you. How to apply this tip? Create a focus zone, not a fancy office. You don't need an expensive desk. You need a clear, intentional space. Clean your workspace. Remove distractions. Keep only what helps you. Put your phone in another room. Use noise-canceling headphones if needed. Make it sacred. This is where your future is built. Digital environment equals your silent enemy. Your phone is not just a tool, it's a time bomb. Turn off non-essential notifications. Move distracting apps off your home screen. Use website blockers during work. Close tabs that you're not using. Clear your desktop background. Keep your digital world minimal and peaceful. Your digital world is a reflection of your mental world. Use friction and ease to control behavior. Friction equals make bad habits harder. Ease equals make good habits easier. Examples. Want to stop scrolling? Put your phone in another room. Add friction. Want to read more? Keep your book on your pillow. Make it easy. Want to drink more water? Keep a bottle next to your laptop. Want to avoid late-night YouTube? Remove the app after 9 p.m. Don't just change your goals, change your surroundings, social environment. People are part of your environment. This part is hard. Sometimes it's not your phone, it's your family, your friend, your roommate, your colleague. If the people around you don't respect your goals, you must set clear boundaries. Say, I need 2 hours alone to work. Please don't interrupt me during this time. I'm building something. I need your support. If they can't support you, then protect yourself. Your time is not a gift for everyone. It's the foundation of your future. Don't work against your environment, work with it. If your room is noisy, go to a library. If your home is distracting, go to a cafe with headphones. If your screen is cluttered, start fresh. If your room is dim, add light. If your space is too hot, fix it. This sounds small, but you can't win big with broken systems around you. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, and your environment is your most powerful system. You want to become more focused? Fix what's around you. You want to become more consistent? Fix what you see every day. You want to stop wasting time? Then build a space that screams, "This is where I create. This is where I grow. This is where I win." Because no matter how strong you are, if you stay in a toxic environment, it will break you. But if you design the right space, it will carry you to the future you deserve. Now listen to me. You've made it to the end. You've heard all 12 tips. You've learned truths that schools never taught and society never explained. But now comes the real question. What will you do with your time now? Will you keep living on autopilot? Waking up, scrolling, rushing, regretting, telling yourself, "Tomorrow, I'll change." Letting your dreams die in the name of comfort? Or will this be the moment you say, "Enough. This time, I take control. This time, I manage my time before it manages me. This time, I don't just learn, I apply, I act, I change." Because the world is filled with people who know a lot, but only a few who do a lot with what they know. You now have the tools, the systems, the mindset, the truth. You don't need permission. You don't need more motivation. You just need to start. 1 minute at a time, one decision at a time, one habit at a time, 1 hour that you don't waste. Because time is not just a number. Time is not just a clock. Time is your life. And how you use it becomes who you are. So now go and rebuild your calendar, design your space, protect your focus, start small, track your time, think clearly, and work deeply. Don't waste another second. Your future isn't waiting, it's watching. If this video inspired you, share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and join me on your journey to better focus, better habits, and a better life. Remember, the way you manage your time is the way you manage your future. Let's make it count.